Reynolds with the AP. Good to see you.
You too. Thank you.
To continue the trend, I think we asked you this in Denver 2 years ago, in Boston last year, and now here. It's 7 different champions in 7 years, no matter who wins. David handed trophies to 8 different franchises in his 30 years. You're about to hand a trophy to your 9th different franchise in 12 years. Did you ever envision that this run would continue for as long as it has? And how good or not or indifferent is it for the league that there is this diversity of champion every year?
First of all, I was talking about those statistics when Herb Simon, of course, bought his team, and you had 60% of championships have been won by 2 teams. And then for now, jump ahead, another 15 years or so, and by this, or a little longer, 65 years into the league, 3 teams had won 60% of the championships. And I remember when I first joined the league, David used to joke David Stern, early on in his tenure as commissioner, he said his job was to go back and forth between Boston and LA handing out championship trophies. So to your point, I think it was very intentional. It didn't begin with me. It began with David, of course, in successive collective bargaining agreements, where we set out to create a system that allowed for more competition around the league, with the goal being to have 30 teams all in a position, if well managed, to compete for championships. And that's what we're seeing here. And I said before, the goal is that market size essentially becomes irrelevant. And I'd say it's the reason I want to talk a little bit about technology earlier. In part, it's the successive collective bargaining agreements, and thank you to the players, because I think they recognize we all had an interest in serving the fans, and that fans in every city want to see their team be competitive. But in addition, these technological changes have changed the meaning of the differential from one city to another. This is, roughly 700,000 people in Oklahoma City, I think around 900,000 in Indianapolis. So not such small markets, as Mayor Holt pointed out, but even if there were another million people or so in a city, when you're talking to a global market in a sport like the NBA, where we're being followed by billions of people around the world, those incremental changes become pretty meaningless. So, I'd say, back to your question, I can't say standing here I envision that we'd have, 7 different champions over 7 years. I'd only say the goal isn't necessarily to have a different champion every year. It's to have, as we've said before, parity of opportunity. And, hats off to Oklahoma City and Indianapolis, 2 incredibly well-run franchises, top to bottom, that deserve to be here. So if whichever team were to win, if they were to repeat, I wouldn't then be saying this therefore isn't working because I didn't go to a different city to hand out the trophy. I'd be saying that's the system we wanted to create. As long as there's a level playing field, again, it's where we're focused on is the process that goes into building the team, not the outcome. And so the outcomes will be whatever they are. Thanks.